Hey there, it's Wayfair here, where delivery and setup are as easy as a few taps on your phone. You're relaxing in an old hammock, scrolling Wayfair's app, when you spot it, a brand new patio set. Next thing you know, Wayfair delivers it right to your patio and sets it up. Oh, you need a new grill too? All right, Wayfair's got you covered. With Wayfair's Room of Choice delivery and fast expert setup on qualifying orders, life gets a little easier. Visit wayfair.com or the Wayfair app.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Yeah, I'm leaving today. Yeah. I get choked up. I got choked up Saturday night. This is a big song. Every year on Christmas, we'd sing it and do the Rockettes. We'd get as a family, interlock our arms. Top of the heap! This is Frank. This is like hits right to the heart of what I'm about.
Now you're choking up over your childhood.
And my parents. Yeah. I mean, New York.
You're a 10-year-old watching an NBA game with your dad again.
Oh, man, I made it there. I just decided to come out here. Oh, I made it there. Jalen Brunson made it there. Yeah, this is the biggest of the big. And I was... Where I grew up to Madison Square Garden literally would be like where we are right now to Lehigh.
With the big river and a tunnel. But, you know.
And 20 million people.
And that, yeah. I was going to say, it's like, and about 15 times some serious skyscrapers.
And yet I lived in the country. It's considered the country. The grass was green. The Knicks did it 53 years. They did it by a local guy. He was born there.
So much to say about the Knickerbockers winning their first NBA title in 53 years. What have you got?
Yeah.
Dustin, I predicted Spurs in 5, and I'm happy to eat crow. It's always fun to see Spurs fans go home crying.
With the 7'4" guy being the biggest crybaby.
See you guys never?
I know. Shut up. What was that?
I don't know. Seemed petty, but whatever.
Grow up. They're not the problem. You're the problem. You're not the victim. We're the victim for having to witness that choke fest.
Alex, what can you say about Jalen Brunson? He's an absolute champion and the best P4P player in the NBA. His record at Villanova and New York speaks for itself. Such incredible footwork and creativity.
He's a crafty dude, man. And it's something that can be held up to as a role model. Now, it's in the biggest city with the biggest attention and all that, but he's a little dude, was overlooked by everyone in the first round. And he talked about it, man. Every step of the way, he was told he couldn't do this, he couldn't do that, because he's not a high flyer, he's not this, he's not that. Well, what he is a ball player with heart. And he spoke about that. Yeah, they measured my height and my agility and my vertical, but they can't measure heart. Amen, man. Freaking men. If you didn't like Jalen Brunson, something is seriously wrong with you. This guy...
is easy to root for.
Yeah.
He's really easy to root for. Actually, I think a lot of their players are, but he's right at the top of the list, obviously.
He's not pounding his chest.
Yeah.
He's not doing a bunch of demonstrations, look at me. He's just balling and using his skill set that he has that was honed over hours upon hours of work, probably most of it alone, maybe with his father. And to be able to do that, and what did he have, 45, 46? What was it?
45.
Yeah. And he took over. Man, how could you not be impressed? How could you not feel good for that? How could you not hold him up as an example for your son or your daughter? In whatever field. If you want to just stay sports, fine. But if you want to do it whatever and show them, hey, maybe not possible to that, but whatever it is that you have, the idea is whatever you've got to be able to get it out of you. And if you can do that, then you're a success. And that's what it's about. Across the board, man. Every community. And I was thinking about this. I would rather be him than anybody. Abdul-Jabbar, these guys got to go through life so tall and the challenges. This guy.
He's 6'2". He can disappear in a crowd and buy clothes off the rack.
He would. We all know what he looks like now, but I mean, he could disappear into a crowd.
Yep.
Just because you're not going to look at him and say, "Wow, that's an imposing figure." Man, he was sure blessed with this or that, and he worked for it. I'm real excited about obviously the Knicks. It was my childhood and all that stuff, and thinking of my father who's been gone now for several years. And you're right, watching ball with him over the years for sure. And the local team, they were the local team, and there wasn't ESPN and all this, and the NBA ticket didn't exist. It was the Knicks, and the Knicks.
Knicks, and Knicks.
Right. Marv Albert, yes! Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And it counts.
Yeah, on Channel 9, WOR, my little black and white TV. Yeah, I can picture myself in my town, sitting on my single bed. My sisters, they had a double bed that they shared. I was thinking about it. I told my wife, it's amazing they still talk to each other, man. They had to share a bed growing up. Because I was the opposite sex, I had my own little room, and I used to taunt them about that, too.
That's hard to believe. You popping off?
Although they were much older than me, and so they my one sister was actually out of the house by the time I was 10 years old, I think. She got married, but she texted me as soon as it was over. The Knicks, and they have both of them have a New York area, metropolitan area route that runs deeper than mine because I was younger when I moved. They were older, obviously. I think it's a great story. It's what the NBA should promote.
They're going to promote it. I can't believe they won't promote it. We'll have Knicks all over the place next year, and
but it's not just about
Brunson
Knicks.
Video in the montage. Brunson video in the montages.
Keep working at it. And Mike Brown fired 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
How stupid is that? Thibodeau fired. Thibodeau is basically Ronnie Mack. He built the thing. They sucked before he got there, and he got them in. They won 4 playoff series, I think, with Thibodeau. And,
they were in the conference final last year,
and they
let
the
him
change.
go.
He's our Ronnie Mack. He built the thing, right? Ronnie Mack will be forever known as the original winner at Utah that set the stage for what
and
came.
Kyle.
Yeah.
And now we'll see what Morgan does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so there's something to be said for that. They need to include him as much as possible because he helped build it. Mike Brown took it to a higher level. Mike Brown played at Mesa Community College in Mesa, Arizona. His father was a military guy. And his brother, Anthony Brown, played offensive line for Ronnie Mack. And they'd play in the NFL. But Mike Brown had to bounce around. He stuck with it. People that I've spoken to, you probably heard the same thing. That Mike Brown's a good dude. And
that's what everybody says, and everybody writes it. I mean, it's just nonstop.
Right.
You hear players who were somewhere where he was an assistant or head coach, they still like the guy. That's not always the case.
Right, and he didn't make it about himself.
No.
Look at me, I showed you, blah, blah,
I
blah.
think it's one of the reasons that people like him so much is he doesn't do that. He not only didn't do it in this particular situation, but he hasn't been doing it for years.
Yeah. Right.
Cleveland, L.A., San Francisco, San Antonio, head coach, assistant coach, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So I think he's easy to root for. Brunson's easy to root for. Personally, Bridges is easy to root for. I thought Karl Anthony Towns, you watched that interview after game 1, and he's talking about his mom who died a few years ago. It's like, how do you not root for him? You know, it's a bunch of likable guys. The only thing that isn't likable is, New York fans and media. That's why people get upset. I don't think they're upset with the coach or the players. Maybe the owner. Dolan, there's plenty of people upset with that guy. So, but the players and coaches, I think they come off as really easy to pull for.
Well, that's all that matters. Who cares about ding-dong fans? They're going to fan. Good for them, bad for them, whatever it might be.
And for Brunson, it's not exactly a one-off. This guy was a winner in college, too. He was there he played 3 years at Villanova and won 2 championships. Obviously, he had a bigger role as a junior than he did as a freshman, but it goes to he can win as a role player and he can win as the leading scorer and he can win as the star who's got to put up 45 in the clinching game, whatever it is.
But yet he won in Villanova under Jay Wright, no doubt about it, but yet he was still overlooked.
Yeah.
And Dallas chose not to re-sign him. And here he is. And so I think the NBA needs to promote this as much as possible because the NBA takes a lot of hits with the tanking and the workload management and all that spiel. And I don't think that's ever going to go away. They're going to try. But they just got to bite the bullet and say, yeah, just wait till we get to May, and then it's going to be on. And again, it was on.
Yep.
It was a great playoff.
April, May, and June.
In its entirety, from start to finish. Yeah, a lot of great moments. And the Knicks led the way. 7 road wins, something like that. I mean,
Yeah, it was actually more than that, I think. I think it was 9 by the time it was done. But yeah,
about
that
the 2 conference. Yeah, right.
The 9. I think since Atlanta, they dropped the game in Atlanta early, but then after that, the road win streaks are hard to do in the regular season, and to put that together in the playoffs is just you just bet against it every time. But this is the one time you'd lose because they pulled it off.
Make game day yours. Tickets, food and drinks, stats, and streaming. Everything you need is in the Utah Mammoth app. Download today and make game night easy. Download on both Android and iPhone. Tusk Top.
Hey, sweetie, your mother showed me this Carvana thing for selling the car. I'm going to give it a try. Wish me luck. Me again. I put in the license plate. It gave me an offer. Unbelievable. Okay, I accepted the offer. They're picking it up Tuesday from the driveway. I haven't even left my chair. It's done. The car's gone. I'm holding a check. Anyway, Carvana, give it a whirl. Love ya.
So good, you'll want to leave a voicemail about it. Sell your car today on
Carvana.
Pickup fees may apply.
It's just amazing.
And they did it without having the number 1 pick in the draft, and they did it without having 3-star players get together somewhere and decide, okay, we're going to go sign there. It was a little more old school when it comes to roster construction. I mean, do they sign free agents? Yes, but signing people, taking people that people either didn't want or didn't want at that price and betting on them and winning.
Right.
Karl Anthony Towns in Minnesota, Brunson from Dallas. Go get them. And they did.
Oh, yeah.
There's more than one path.
I mean, at the start of the season, or even after all these guys have been in the NBA for a number of years, I don't think you could say with a guaranteed absolute lock that these guys, any of them, will be Hall of Famers.
Well, I think Brunson's going to be a Hall of Famer. But
when he got to the Knicks.
Oh, when he got to the Knicks. No, I see your point. Yeah, there's no way. No, you couldn't say guaranteed then. I mean, the Hall of Fame's, you get in for a lot of reasons and all that, but you still can't guarantee
we're
it.
getting in for hoop.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care the goodwill ambassador to the game. Good for them, but nobody remembers them.
Right.
It's about the players.
No, I was just wondering, can he ride 2 college titles to that?
That's not it. We're talking about NBA Hall of Fame. You can. I'm not worried about they pro basketball so they can do some spiel. I'm talking about, are you a Hall of Fame player?
And you couldn't guarantee that.
No, not even close. You couldn't. I don't even know you would have thought it would be possible. And down the line, I mean, you look at Josh Hart, role player. He was a 30th pick.
Yep.
Drafted by the Jazz.
Everybody's on their second, third, or fourth team.
Yeah.
I mean, we're making a big deal out of the draft, and I guess you can argue you have to draft good players to flip them for players that you trade for.
You do. Well, that's a requirement. That's not.
So there's that, but you
the
do
draft
wonder,
should be made a big deal out
how
of.
much are we overhyping the draft that is now a week away?
0. Because you then can use those players in all sorts of ways to build your team. Or you can get somebody else. If the Jazz should be getting there, no one's going to care that Jaren Jackson was with Memphis at the beginning of his career. Doesn't matter. The fact is he's now there. So, yeah, none of these guys were extremely how good Towns was. But
Towns was a 1 pick. Bridges is on his third team. He was a 10th pick.
When he got to the Knicks from Minnesota, no one was looking at him saying, wow, this guy's a bona fide Hall of Famer. We're going to ride him to the title. No. This was team hoop. In a way, it was like what Dave Rose talked about with Jimmer, in that the other guys allowed Jimmer to be Jimmer.
That's a good comparison.
And these Knicks allowed Brunson to be Brunson.
Yeah.
And he came through. And everybody knew it, especially in the game 5 there. He was the only guy who could do anything, and everybody knew it, and he was still able to do it. And he's not this Jordan who's blessed with all sorts of enormous athletic ability, who can do all these different things, go in and shoot from anywhere or dunk in your face and over Patrick Ewing and growl over him. No, not at all. It's amazing. And his wife's a doctor. She's got a doctor, physical therapy or something. Josh Hart's wife is a nurse. These are regular people.
Wayne says San Antonio is a team built by the textbook lottery blueprint, securing high lottery picks, keeping them, and flanking them with premium draft talent. Their collective average draft position is incredibly low. Those are highly drafted guys. New York is a team that spits in the face of draft position. Aside from the blockbuster acquisition of Cat, they're a roster composed of mid-tier picks, second-rounders, and undrafted overachievers who played their way into stardom. Okay. Wayne, loving the Knicks, plucky underdogs. 10th pick, 23rd pick, 30th pick. Bring it on.
I still don't think they have stardom outside of Brunson.
Yeah, I get it.
So it's not they.
Cat because of...
He's okay. He's good. But he's not going to go on anybody's all-time list.
No.
Even today, I'm not sure he's a lock to be in the Hall of Fame. He's a nice player.
He was... Right. And more in this series, it seemed more about his defense. If his offense came and went, whatever.
Yeah, and he was getting into foul trouble.
Yep. Game 6 is in big-time foul trouble.
And then to watch Towns celebrate how happy he was, smiling, yelling, screaming, and just the smile on his face was a mile wide. I mean, something that they worked for. This is really cool. And I have a bias, I admit. My childhood. I fully admit it. Other people say, wait a second, it's New York. Come on. They're supposed to.
It is, and they are. But these guys aren't the ones who are botching it for 53 years. These guys came in and did it. Yeah.
And then it's sort of cool, it's college-esque to see Ewing and Starks and Walt Frazier, who's in his 80s. So still wearing the sports coats that only Walt Frazier could get away with?
Only Walt Frazier. He had another one on. It's like, nope, I can't wear that. But he can. He's the man.
And he's like 80 years old, and he pulls it off as if he's 40? Yeah.
There were a ton of players there. Allen Houston
Bill Bradley was there.
Yeah, Bill Bradley.
Guys that I remember.
It was every
when
decade.
I was a young boy.
I think it was every decade was represented there in those games. They just...
Right.
They brought in a lot of...
And it probably would have been more, but you got to be alive to be there.
Yeah.
Well, curiously absent was no Phil Jackson.
Yeah.
Because he was on that team. I remember him.
Yes.
I remember him vividly as a gangly bench player.
He's really low profile these days. He hasn't wanted a NBA broadcasting gig or anything like that.
Yeah, he's pushing 80 himself, and he's got some health issues. I don't know. But that was cool to see the alumni there. It's like they took a part of it. Seeing Patrick Ewing... smiling because that's my team. Mm-hmm. That means something. I was thinking about this. If the Jazz would ever get there, would we see that? Would the statues be there? Right there, smiling away? Traveling on the road, no less?
Carl came back for the All-Star game, so I suppose it could happen.
I don't know. I don't know the answer.
John's been pretty low profile. Jeff's been in and out. He's pretty low
but
profile.
But he's working for them.
Yeah, he's done work for them, right. Yeah. So, but that's the thing. Would he be at the game then? I mean, in the finals, I assume Jeff would be.
Yeah. We know Mark Eden would have been.
Right.
But I thought that added a layer of... That makes me feel good to see these guys who played for this franchise so long ago have ownership. We see it in college all the time.
D. Will and Boozer are doing stuff for the club, so they would be there. I mean, for the 50th year when they brought back the players by the decades, they had pretty good turnout. So I think they could do it. I mean, would they do it? I guess we'll have to see how long it takes and who's in charge.
It would be cool if they did.
But
I would assume they would.
But right now, it's largely the people running it, or largely the people put together the 50-year celebration. And they had a lot of players back for that.
Yeah, it's just that to see those older players, long since retired, have ownership in it, I thought it was cool.
Summer is all about freedom, fun, and growing up. And between the ages of 9 and 13, kids are starting to form their views about alcohol. With more independence, their still developing brains need more guidance and support than ever. That's why summer is the perfect time to stay connected and plan fun, safe family activities together. Research shows kids who spend quality time with their parents doing what they enjoy are less likely to drink underage. And when kids feel close to you, they're more likely to listen, especially when you set clear expectations. In fact, kids who drink before 15 are far more likely to struggle with alcohol later. This summer, create a no-bummer summer with fun, alcohol-free activities for your kids. Go to summer.parentsempowered.org to take a quick quiz and discover ideas tailored to your family. A little time together can make a big difference. For more information and to learn more about how to prevent underage drinking, visit parentsempowered.org.
Make game day yours. Tickets, food and drinks, stats, and streaming. Everything you need is in the Utah Mammoth app. Download today and make game night easy. Download on both Android and iPhone. Tusk, top.